One could not. So Baba could not see Dr. Ghani, and Dr. Ghani came from behind and gave a big what do you say, slap on his Baba's back, and all the people who had gathered there, they were surprised. They were surprised with shock, because for them Merwan had achieved a very high position in the spiritual field. And a person like Dr. Ghani, if he behaved that way, then they didn't find it so very, I mean, so very nice on the part of Dr. Ghani to behave in that fashion. Anyway, thereafter, both of them started talking with each other, and then all that conversation went on. And then Baba had said that whenever you are in Pune, you can come and meet me. In fact, he wanted Dr. Ghani to meet him whenever Dr. Ghani comes from Mumbai. See, this is sort of a first binding. Now, Mirwan is putting his net to draw Dr. Ghani towards himself. And Dr. Ghani was a little bit, what should I say, hard nut, in the sense that it was very difficult for him to believe that a good friend of mine who was playing with me, who was making masti with me, fighting with me, he has achieved a position, some position, high position in the spiritual life. It was very difficult for him to believe. And he was not a person to believe in any of the miraculous happenings, whatever. Of course, nothing of that sort was told to Dr. Ghani. The first shock he started coming to Pune and meeting Mirwan and meeting other people also. That thing had started. But then what Mirwan wanted was that Ghani should leave everything and stay with Mirwan in the ashram, wherever he is opening the ashram. And Dr. Ghani is not prepared for that. It was obviously true that he was a married person. He had his good wife. Then he had I think four daughters and one son. Now the daughters, according to my knowledge up till this time, I remember that he had four daughters. One was married in a township called Akola in Maharashtra only, Akola. And then she was the eldest girl born to Dr. Ghani's wife, and she was married to a family by name Kazi. Kazi is the sort of a title, and the surname also has been adopted as a Kazi. One of the boys from that family is very closely known to me, and the information that I am telling you today is because I have obtained that information from him. His name is Ezaz Kazi. He had given me this information that Dr. Ghani's first daughter was married to his uncle, and she had no children. But she was such a respectable woman that everyone in the family, in her, I mean, this parents' family and their family, there also, she was very much respected by everyone. I remember once when I had asked Ali, Ramju Bhai's son Ali, about the children, about the girls of Dr. Ghani, about when she had told about this woman, first girl born to Dr. Ghani, she had very respectfully talked about her. So she was carrying a very great respect in the family members. And then her name was Jahan Ara. Jahan Ara. Jahan means the whole creation. Jahan Ara, she the queen of that whole creation. She had good property also. But then in her old age, she was not very happy. Her life was not very happy. Anyway, we have nothing to do with that. But that was the first girl. Thereafter, two other girls. One was married to Ali Ramju, and another was married to Baggu by name Baggu. He was in Mumbai. He was elder brother of Ali, and his Baggu's wife was also Dr. Ghani's daughter. Ali Ramju's wife was also Dr. Ghani's daughter, and there was one unmarried girl who used to come to Pune Center every now and then, every time, every weekly meeting. Both her mother and herself, they used to come and attend the center. Her name was Kulatade. I will tell if the name comes to my mind. Anyway, this was, and their son was, he was not, I mean, very much interested. Afterwards, whenever there are some programs in Guruprasad, he used to attend. There is a picture of his in the group photo which was taken on the steps of Guruprasad.
Dr. Gandhi?
Sorry?
Was it a Dr. Gandhi?
No, I think. No.
It was not a doctor. Not a doctor.
No. Ginde is he's a, I mean, he was Hindu. Whereas we are talking about these, that girl was, anyway, she was not married. And of course, after many years after, both of them passed away. At present, I think the grandson or grandson of Dr. Ghani is there in US. If he is the same person, I had met him in Mumbai for one such a boy was there in Mumbai who was doing the business of printing some books or circulars and all that. And in that matter, something was to be printed for Poona Center, and I had contacted him, and he had helped me very much. If he is the same person, then he is there in US, and I feel that some of the people know him. He has also introduced to some people as a relation to Dr. Ghani. Why I'm telling you this, that with all this family, the responsibility as family, Baba wants Dr. Ghani to join. And now, every time it had not been possible for Dr. Ghani to accept Baba's will to stay with him in the Mehrabad ashram. It was not possible because There was such a large family he had to maintain. And when he was in Mumbai running the dispensary, he was not very good, not very happily. Not that business was not even flourishing. And then every time he had, I mean, this mental strain at certain time after Meher Baba went to Manzil Meem. Meher Baba stayed in Manzil Meem for about 11 months. And that time, Meher Baba indirectly compelled Dr. Ghani to close the dispensary and come and stay in Manzil Meem. Now, see, gradually the situation is being brought before Dr. Ghani to have only one choice, or to have only one option to accept whatever Baba wants him to do. During the time they used to meet in Pune, just opposite to Babajan, there was one Irani hotel. And in that hotel, both Dr. Ghani and Meher Baba were one. They used to, on one cup of tea, they used to sit for hours together. And the main subject was Baba was giving, Meherwan was giving him full opportunity to express himself, to express Dr. Ghani. And he was in turn compelling Dr. Ghani to leave everything and join Baba. This was the inner tussle in between these two friends. Now, as a spectator, if we look at this situation, we feel that it was right on the part of Dr. Ghani to carry that worry of maintaining his family, the family of four children, four children, four girls and one boy, to maintain them, to provide them all the necessities of life. That could have been just impossible for him. But in that case, when Ghani was in a debt and he had taken some money from one money lender, and because of the because of the delay in repayment of that loan, there was a quarrel in between these two. And as a result of that quarrel, Dr. Ghani, that man, that money lender, the same night after that quarrel was over, Dr. Ghani was fed up so much with life that he went on the dam. There is a storage of water in Lunala, and there is a big dam built on that. He went there to commit suicide. And here, what happened is why he went there. He was so very fed up. But see the coincidence that Dr. Ghani went there, and here that money lender was killed by somebody. He was murdered by somebody. And the first suspicion was on Dr. Ghani for no fault of his. Only the background was that they had some hot discussion about the repayment of the loan. They had some hot discussion. And as if with hot discussion, Ghani was very much upset with that and he went to commit suicide. And here that man was killed by somebody. The, now this is the situation. It's a very, what should I say? There is a one. beautiful saying in Marathi. What it says is, all आले, this is in Marathi, I'm telling you little. आले देवाजीच्या मना, तेथे कोणाचे चालेना. When it comes in the might of a God, in the might of a God man or God, nobody can go against it. Nobody can do anything to go against it. So, in Mirwan's mind was that Dr. Ghani should join him. And the situation was coming before Dr. Ghani are such that he was getting compelled to go away from his family. Now we know the result of that murder of that moneylender. There was a police inquiry. The first suspicion was on that Dr. Ghani. And the same time, Dr. Meher Baba, for no reason, for no obvious reason, Mandali did not know why Meher Baba is at an odd time wants to go. No, I think he was going towards Pune or from Mumbai to Pune or Poona to Bombay. That is, but he had traveled in a car, and when they come near Lonavala, near that dam is little away from the main road, and when they came in that road, there is a subway going toward that dam, toward that wall of the dam. Baba asked the driver to drive that way. Whoever may be driving that time, Baba asked him to drive toward the dam. And then all those felt that it is because of the uh, Baba wants to have a cool weather and all that. That is why, just for a pastime, little pastime, Baba must be going towards the dam. But the reason was different. It turned out to be different because when they reached there and they were just chit chatting, sitting there, and see, Mirwan, Mirwan is looking at a far distance. I said, look at that, somebody is lying, somebody is sleeping there. And I feel it looks like Dr. Ghani. And some people just went ahead and say, yes, Baba, he is our Dr. Ghani only. And Baba says, bring him to me. Now, as soon as Dr. Ghani had a little bit, then came to consciousness, and as soon as he saw some Baba people, he wanted to run away from there. But Baba said, don't allow him to run away. Catch hold of him and bring him before me. And he was brought to Baba. Baba just put him in the car and took him to Mehrabad. Now, see the happenings in one's life. There, Baba had said once that I will bring you to me on a pistol point. On a pistol point, will bring you to me. Dr. Ghani used to say, one of his songs, he has explained these true incidents, very giving a turn to his whole life. One was that selling of the dispensary and then coming and joining Baba in Manzile Meen. Then here a big blot of having murdered some person that came on him, and he was saved from there. He was taken to Mehrabad by Meher Baba, and the police went there to take Meher Baba's statement. Police went there, they made inquiries, and it is on Baba's statement that whatever has happened, it has happened in the absence of Dr. Ghani because Dr. Ghani was with me. And on that statement of Meher Baba, Dr. Ghani was saved from that, I mean, thereafter, in that song, Dr. Gani said that in the last line is Munsif ki maya mein dobara barat hai. In the life of Munsif is the title of Dr. Gani. His name was Dr. Gani Munsif. Munsif means this honorary magistrate. He had acquired that title. He was given that title by the government, and he is to be called as Dr. Gani Munsif. So he has said there in that song that Munsif ki maya mein dobara barat hai. That means twice, two times, there was a procession, death procession of Dr. Gani. He was taken into death procession twice in his life. And ultimately, when he started staying there, and there was coming and going, Sometimes he would say, stay there. Baba would allow him to go to stay with his family. So he was in between, on the threshold of the Maya and spirituality. This or that way. And Meher Baba is just playing tricks with him. Ultimately, when it came to new life, in the year 1949, Baba had started new life. And Baba had held a meeting of about 35 people in Mehrabad, marking the names of the people who have to be called for that meeting. And in that meeting, it was held in the Mehrabad Mandali Hall, and in a very serene, serious atmosphere, Baba has explained to all the people that she is going to have to adopt a life which is called a new life. And what will be the life, what type of life it will be, and what are the conditions to be followed whoever joins that life. All the things were explained in detail to the people, and people were given some time, about 1 hour or so, and the answer expected was, or answer was invited only in two words. And what were the two words? Yes or no. Out of course, ultimately, Baba has finalized the whole list himself, taking into consider the yes, no of the people. Some of the people who had given yes, still then they were dropped because of the reasons that time. Some people had genuine reasons, some people had some doubts about this, and one was not expected to have any doubt about that. It is to be lived without any expectation or without any hopes for the future, forgetting all that whatever has happened in the past. A very peculiar life. The conditions were uh, very seriously imposed by Baba. And then Baba himself made choice of 16 people. About the ladies, they had no option. Baba had chosen 4 ladies. One is Meera, another is Mani, third is Dr. Gowar, and fourth is Mehru. These 4 were ladies, and then 16 were gents. With this, the new life was started. In the 16, Baba wanted Dr. Gani to join. See the play of God man with a worldly person. the will of the government prevails, and in spite of the fact that Dr. Ghani was hesitant to join in the new life, he said, yes, all right, I will come. He said, perhaps this is the only one exception, but Meher Baba must have done that. He himself had asked Dr. Ghani to join, and reluctantly or having a lot of doubts, Dr. Ghani joined. And just see the fun that the new life is to be started on 16th of October 1949. On 13th of October, Baba asked Dr. Ghani to write down in a form of a ghazal as to what complaints he has about Meher Baba, or what he has there, what is boiling in his heart about the whole course of his life. He has to speak out in a form of a ghazal. And there, Dr. Ghani has written this, what we call a Jeremiad. Now, in that, Dr. Ghani has very beautifully placed his say about all the happenings up to this time. Some of the points which he has raised, he has said, he said that I was not kept any option. The situation which had brought before me to face were such that I had no option. I had no option. And ultimately, I just gave up and accepted the conditions laid down by Meher Baba. And what I got from it is very important. What I achieved from that, from all these things, what he says is all the worries which I was carrying out throughout the period of my meeting with Merwan at the second time, all the worries, Baba had promised him that Dr. Ghani should join Baba. Dr. Ghani should live with Baba in Meherabad Ashram or wherever he is. And then about his family, Meher Baba had said, this is an important point. Meher Baba had said that I will make provisions for your family. I will look to their interest. I will look to their needs. And Baba had in mind that during the course of the quarrel about that loan he had taken from that money lender, in the court of law, all his property was lost, but thereafter some major property was regained by virtue of the law, by virtue of the judgment which was passed in Dr. Ghani's favor. Part of that Ghani was favorable to Dr. Ghani and he got some houses back. Out of that one house, he had that time only donated that to Baba's cause. And what Baba had thought and Baba had in his mind And this was known to Dr. Ghani also, that Baba will sell that house and make a provision, long-standing provision for the family. That was the plan. And when has, Baba was preparing very seriously for the new life, having in his mind to take Dr. Ghani along with him. There was no consideration whatsoever about Dr. Ghani's family, how they will live, how they will survive. Nothing was any. Merwan, where Baba was not touching that subject at all. This is on 30th of October 1949, just mind well. Merwan was not touching that point at all. He was avoiding that aspect of the problem. And in that, during that time, he had asked Dr. Gari to write down all whatever there is boiling in his mind. And then Dr. Gani has written this beautiful piece of work, in fact, in the form of a ghazal. There are beautiful stanzas and there are beautiful couplets also. Very lovely couplets against Mir Baba. And after this, Dr. Gani, Dr. Baba asked Khak Sahib to prepare a reply. See, the method which the government is adopted is really, what should I say, very shrewd, I think. He is asking the Khak Sahib to compose a ghazal in reply, to give a reply to Dr. Gani's all these complaints. And that time, there is some stanzas which have been written by Khak Sahib. They are very humiliating to Dr. Gani. Any reader cannot bear that sort of a words which had been used for Dr. Gani. He has been humiliated very much. That is on Baba's instruction, on Baba's suggestions. And Baba meant that. Ultimately, what has come out is that the life of Dr. Gani has been completely taken over by Meher Baba. And in that reply, he says, Baba, on behalf of Meher Baba, Haq Sahib has said that your living with Meher Baba has not gone waste. It is for your own betterment that he has allowed you to stay with him. Some sort of a thing like that. And then the life of Dr. Gani along in the new life has been very, I would say, very youthful. Baba must have many things about getting done from Dr. Gani. I am sorry that I have not. I had a mind to read some of the portion of this Jeremiah, but then that mood was lost because of this because the obstruction in the light. But then, why I had opened this topic again is that once would you mind if I take a little bit 10 minutes more?
We would be happy.
Good.
Please
Oh,
please take time. Yes.
all right, thank you. What had happened once? I think it was in Bangalore. Somewhere, in some of the books, it has been written that this incident which I am describing now has happened there in Toka. But I don't think it has, because this discussion has been, we have heard it from Dr. Ghani's own mouth. Only the thing that at that time we didn't listen much, we didn't care much about knowing the place. Or Dr. Gangani must have said about the place also. But then we as a young boy, we forgot about it. We have the main story we know. What had happened is that once Dr. Gani was so much after Baba that all these years we are living with you, what we have achieved. A simple miracle we are not able to do. All these years we are living with you so close, and we have achieved nothing. So Baba says, you should prepare yourself to do whatever I tell you. If you do according to what I tell you, I promise you that you will get all these powers of mysticism and whatever you may call, occult powers, whatever it will be. You will gain that. You will gain that. Dr. Ganesh said, all right, Baba, I will do whatever you want me to do. So Baba says, now hereafter you remove your clothes except the loin cloth or whatever you may take, underwear. Except that you remove all your clothes and put ash on your body and go and sit in the cemetery. And there, whoever comes there, whoever passes by there that side, if you pick up an earth and give it to him, or a dust give it to him, or ash give it to him, that person will be benefited. Whatever in his mind, it will be fulfilled, and you will get a good name. And by your getting a good name, you will get plenty of money. I promise you that. Are you prepared to do that? Dr. Gani said, I don't want this type of I, these by these means I don't want God realization. Then what you want? If at all you want to give me a God realization, the picture should be I should be living in a very big palace. I am reclining on a cushion mattresses, and then some of the servants are massaging or pressing my feet, and I am lying there. And on one side, there is a deck of biryani. Biryani is, biryani, a rice mixed with mutton, and then it is cooked by mixing these two. So this, on one side it will be that the rice is being cooked, and on the other side there is a girl by name Janka Bai who is dancing, and I'm enjoying the whole thing. I want that type of God realization, not going in this Mashayana, not going in the cemetery and then sit there and pick up that ash and give. This sort of God realization I don't want. Then Baba said, all right, it is your luck. But there is one another option which Baba gave. You remain only on milk for 3 months. Only for 3 months. You have to remain on milk. If you are hungry, if you want to take a breakfast in the morning, you have to take milk. If you are thirsty, you have to take milk. If you are taking lunch, it will be only milk at the time for lunch. If you want to take a dinner, it will be the form of milk. So every time you have to take only milk, milk and milk. And Dr. Ghani was little bit, what she said, he was little bit adamant, and then he said, yes, I will do this. But one thing I warn, Dr. Dr. Ghani is warning God man, Meher Baba, one thing I warn. You have a bad habit of teasing me. Now, when I'm fasting like that on the milk, you will come from there and then put your hand, you move your hand on my cheeks and say how weak you have become. You are living only on milk, and you'll show pity on me that I won't tolerate. This is the one, because Dr. Ganesh said that you have bad habit of teasing me like that. So you should not tease me. And he started that, and there were some every time that happened, that used to happen, that Baba used to tease him. Somewhere he will come, then Garin is losing weight, and Dr. Ghani said that I was so very, in the beginning, I could tolerate or could bear that taking milk every time, even for thirsty. When I feel thirsty, I should take the milk. But then afterwards, I was getting nausea about it. And people, other people, whenever they come close to me, they said that we don't want to come near you because you smell like milk. So people are also started avoiding me and coming near me. So that was the situation. Then he was carrying out with that. About 2 weeks were left, perhaps maybe about 10 days or so. And that time Baba made a very big show. Baba called all the people, all the Mandali, they were staying with Baba then. And then he declared that Dr. Ghani is going to die. Dr. Ghani's health is failing so much that he will die. These are his last days and he will die. And you all have to be prepared for his funeral. Baba sent somebody to purchase that coffin. You must be knowing about that. The place the dead body in that coffin. And he got it from the bazaar that was brought there. It was very ceremoniously placed there. All the people were standing around. And the priest was called, Muslim priest. He was asked to recite some of the verses from Quran, as they must be doing. When the person dies, they must be doing that. Said he was asked to do that. That priest recited something, and then all that flowers and everything was brought in, everything exactly as a death procession. It was in the compound as a bungalow. And then all the Mandali are standing there. Baba himself went in that coffin and slept there, stayed there for a little 1 or 2 minutes, and then came out. And this is needless to say that Ghani was asked to break his fast. After this incident, when Dr. Ghani used to narrate this incident, he used to say that there was a transformation of life. We have not understood what is meant by the transformation of life. But broadly speaking, we may say that lifespan of Dr. Ghani was increased. That can be the reason. And with this, if whatever comes to my mind thereafter, we'll talk again whenever we get together. Now today, time is over 9 o'clock. We have Aarti. Which Aarti you want today?
Our time is almost 8:30 plus 11:30. We have a free half hour more later for you to talk.
Which one you said?
1/2 hour more is open.
1 hour.
Yeah.
What should I do in this half an hour?
Well, did you want?
What do you expect me to do in this half an hour?
Oh, it's up. Love to hear you sing. Love to hear you sing.
Sing.
Yes.
All right, that song which I had sung before Baba in the trial session, I had said about it, and you have remembered that I have promised about singing the song. I will.
Which song?
I-
Apajinake? Apajinake?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Good.
I will first little bit. I will simultaneously try to explain the meaning. लौटाना मुश्किल है प्यारे, लौटाना मुश्किल है प्यारे, तेरे कमान से छूट गया तू, लौटाना मुश्किल है प्यारे, तेरे कमान से छूट गया तो, बिगड़ी को घर फिर से बनाना कठिन पड़ेगा, देर हुई तो, बिगड़ी को फिर से बनाना कठिन पड़ेगा, देर हुई Meaning, the meaning is, I had referred to this meaning in the beginning, that once you release an arrow from the bow, you cannot take it back. So the words which are come out from your mouth, they, if you release the arrow, it will hit the target. And if you release the words from your mouth, they will also do the expected, whatever is expected by you. Suppose you want to make a taunt to somebody, or you want to make humiliating statement about somebody. Once you utter that, means it is going out of your control. So whatever Madhusudan said, he once a situation is spoiled, then it is very difficult to correct it. So before spoiling the situation by uttering a bad word or releasing a arrow, creating that statement, before creating that statement, be aware that it doesn't spoil the atmosphere. That is the beginning meaning of that. बिगड़ी को फिर से बनाना कठिन पड़ेगा रे हुई तो लौटाना मुश्किल है प्यारे तीर कमान से छूट गया तो घर कुछ करना है तो सुन ले खुद को बना सबसे ही पहले घर कुछ करना है तो सुन ले खुद को बना सबसे ही पहले दूर रही दुनिया की बातें दूर रही दूर रही दुनिया की बातें अंत कोई नहीं पाया रे अंत कोई नहीं पाया रे तीर कमान से छूट गया तो लौटाना मुश्किल है प्यारे तीर कमान से छूट गया तो अपनों में जब तक नहीं मिलता बाहर भाग की बात सुनाता अपनों में जब तक नहीं मिलता बाहर ज्ञान की बात सुनाता क्या विश्वास करे रे तुझसे क्या विश्वास करे रे तुझसे तो खुद को बिसराया रे तीर कमान से छूट गया तो लौटाना मुश्किल है प्यारे तीर कमान से छूट गया तो. In this stanza, the poet says that whatever you are preaching, what you are telling the people, you do not behave like that. You do not bring those principles in your behavior. What is the use of telling to the people? You are deceiving the people. Before telling the people, you practice them first, and then you can tell the people. That is the principle which he has explained here. I am sorry about this. For quite some days, I am getting very bad cough. मेहर की नजरों में तू है, सोच के कर जो कुछ करना है। मेहर की नजरों में तू है, सोच के कर जो कुछ करना है। वक्त न ना फिर पछताने का, वक्त न ना फिर पछताने का, बात करी समझाया रे। तेरे कमान से छूट गया तो तुझको मेहर से साच लगने, सोच के कर जो कुछ करना है। When you are really in love with Mer Baba, always you think before you do something. My God, तुझको मेहर से साच लगनी है, सोच के कर जो कुछ करना है। वक्त न ना फिर पछताने का, बात करी समझाया रे। तेरे कमान से छूट गया तो लौटाना मुश्किल है यारे। तेरे कमान से छूट गया तो मेहर की नजरों में तू है, सोच के कर जो कुछ करना है। वक्त न ना फिर पछताने का, बात करी समझाया रे। तेरे कमान से छूट गया तो मेहर की नजरों में तू है। वक्त न ना फिर पछताने का, मधुसूदन क्यों सोया रे। तेरे कमान से छूट गया तो लौटाना मुश्किल है यारे। तेरे कमान से छूट गया तो this song which Madhusudan had composed was a little bit of criticism on the behavior of the senior people. The senior people used to praise the young ones who had come to Baba fold. They were dictating, rather to say, they were expecting that all the boys should behave or do whatever they want to do with our permission. They cannot do, even Baba Prabhu, they cannot do all by themselves. They have to take our permission. That sort of a tussle was there going on in the minds of the people. And Madhusudan was the person who was uh, he was a poet that medium of poetry was in his hands. And whenever he wants to say something against somebody, then he will compose a song and sing it. This song was particularly aimed at a particular senior member of that time. I was very young then. I didn't know all the background. But then this was very favorite song of mine. I used to sing, and when I sing this, that person used to get upset about it. And he will, whatever he wants to say, he will say in a very rough language with me. I never knew this. I never knew this until I sang this song before Baba during their first trial session. Everybody was individual members of the Bhajan Mandali were asked to individually sing. And then when I sang the song, thereafter I came to know that this is the background of the song. And thereafter I avoided to sing the song in the presence of that particular person. This is what the song. I'm very sorry that I had a little sore throat and then cough also. But somehow now we take Aarti.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you
yes,
for singing anyway. You're strong, strong for Baba.
yes. Thank you so much. In a good state of health, I will sing some song, other song. Um, if during such sessions, Friday sessions, if I take some time in singing one song every time, one song and then Aarti, that will reduce the burden of my mm, my narrating certain incidents of the past life and all that. Will that do?
We
I
love it.
think you
We
should
love
not take.
we love the singing. Yes. Yes.
Only require arti. Only require
Oh
arti from
yes.
you. Anything else is special
Thank
gift.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Certain things are getting something is in my mind about the general, particularly one incident about Radha that is a long time in my mind since we have known that Mehra was Baba's beloved, and she had a special place in whole women Mandali. Once in Mirazad, we had Madhusudan composed a song on Mehra and Meher Baba and Mehran. And in that song, she has said until this time, people were saying Radha Krishna. Hereafter, the people will say Mehra Meher. Ah, yes, that time, Baba had a remark. He told Madhusudan, remember one thing. It's with a great sense of responsibility, I'm telling you, because I was member of the active member of that Bhajan Mandali. That time Baba had said to Madhusudan, remember, Radha was perfect. Mera is not. That much he had said. That was long before the past ago. But then this was a remark made by Mayor Baba that time. When this song was sung like this, uh, hereafter the people will say Mera Mayor. Whatever happens, let it happen. We have to watch, wait and watch what happens. Chalo, yes, now we get an arti.
Yes.
And
If you are well. If you are Yes.
Adi Sachetana.
Yes.
Sachetana. Adi Sachetana.
Yes, please. Yes. हुआ लहर से जिसकी सृष्टि का निर्माण, उसकी दैवी अनंतता कैसे हो अनुमान। आदि चेतन शांति निकेतन, आदि चेतन शांति निकेतन, नमो ब्रह्म आवो मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनावो, मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनावो। प्रेम दीप में ये जलाऊं, प्रेम दीप में ये जलाऊं, निबिड़ अंधेरा मिटता पाऊं, निबिड़ अंधेरा मिटता पाऊं। अपना सब कुछ तुम्हें चढ़ावो, अपना सब कुछ तुम्हें चढ़ाओ। तुम मुझको सरसाओ मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। जीवन की हर सांस है हमारी, जीवन की हर सांस है हमारी, बन जाए प्रभु गति तुम्हारी, बन जाए प्रभु गति तुम्हारी। हे करुणा कर लीलाधारी, हे करुणा कर लीलाधारी, तुम करुणा बरसाओ मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। बने आरती जीवन मेरा, बने आरती जीवन मेरा, आदि अंत का लय हो घेरा, आदि अंत का लय हो घेरा। खुले नयन और दिखे सवेरा, खुले नयन और दिखे सवेरा, तुम मुझ में छा जाओ मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन नमो ब्रह्म आवो मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय जय बाबा all of you thank you so much जय बाबा
Jai Baba Pratap. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you. Always so wonderful. Time is.
thank you
Oh,
thank
thank you.
you so much thank you.
I like to hear a lot of, I like that so much about Ghani. I just
Oh yes, that was
like that. Oh
wonderful.
yeah, yeah,
Wonderful.
Ghani.
Oh yeah.
But I hope you must be singing with me.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
You must be singing
Yes.
with me. No? Thank you. Very good.
I like Ghani.
Yes, we mute.
It
Yes, we mute
will
and we
it
sing.
will.
Yes.
Yes, oh yes. We sing
Yes.
Archie with you.
Yes.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yeah. Can't you
Yes.
see our
If
lips?
we don't mute, it comes out sounding like a bunch of wild animals. No one,
We mute.
one person saying one words and the other person saying, and everybody's saying it's a little different.
Oh,
I,
thanks.
yeah,
No, we're singing. We're singing with
we love to sing with you. Yes.
yeah,
What a
yeah.
privilege. What a privilege. Thank you, dear Pratap. Wonderful. Until
we
next
could
time.
try singing a song for Pratap and show him how it comes out, shall we?
No.
I see.
It comes from out of the heart.
Yes, it does.
Out of the heart. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So take care of your throat. Drink nice tea or something. Yeah. Yeah. We want you to sing next time.
So thank you so much, Pratap
Okay.
uncle, for this evening.
Avatar Meher Baba ki jai,
Baba
Kaka.
ki jai.
Jai Meher Baba
Avatar
Kaka.
Meher Baba ki
Baba
jai.
ki jai.
Jai Baba.
Avatar Meher Baba ki
Thank
jai.
you so much. Thank you. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Thank you, dear
Jai
Pratap.
Baba.
Thank you.
Hey, Baba.
Baba. Jai Baba.